I actually can't remember the last time that I felt safe walking down the street. Every time I leave my house, I need to be prepared for men who are going to try to talk to me, for men who shout at me, men who whistle and beep and stare at me. And I know I'm not alone in this issue because I've had conversations about this with other women for literally hours. Every single woman has dozens of catcalling horror stories, and I don't feel like it's acceptable for men to own the street the way they currently do. So that's why for this project I wanted to talk about street harassment. My essential question is, how can women protect themselves from street harassment both under the law and personally, and what steps can be taken to better both of these systems of protection? For my primary research question, I wanted to focus on Boston just because I can draw on my experiences here, and I can gather experiences from other women to really analyze street harassment. So my primary research question is, what do women in Boston do to protect themselves against street harassment? What protections does Massachusetts state law provide against street harassment? And how can both of these systems of protection be improved to make women in Boston feel safer on the street? In terms of secondary questions, it's a lot of exploring what women here experience and also what Massachusetts state law does to protect women on the street. So a couple of examples are what types of street or harassment occur and which are the most common. In what areas of the city is street harassment the most prevalent? What is the typical age range of women who experience street harassment? Has any legislation or policy been passed to help protect women from street harassment? Has it been passed here or in other places? What groups have pushed for this legislation to be passed, etc., etc. And for my final project, I would ideally like to create an app. The main feature of the app would allow women to be able to plot where they have been street harassed, so that other women can look at a map of whatever area they're in and see, oh, this is a really bad place for street harassment, or this isn't bad at all. You know, it's like a visual representation of how bad street harassment is where women are. And the app could also send women notifications when they're going to enter a particularly bad area for street harassment. And I think the app would also have a feature where women could share their stories and share their methods of personal protection. And finally, the app would have a feature where women could easily view how to report street harassment in whatever area they're in.